if you're a knowledge worker, let's say you are someone who builds websites for a living. And let's say you go to a family reunion and your cousin is a plumber. Most people in the family reunion will understand that it's in poor taste to make the plumber fix a plumbing issue within the family reunion. And if they are going to make the plumber fix something, they better pay the plumber. They know this. Why? It's because they could physically see the plumber working with the plunge and getting their hands dirty. They could see that. But people in the family reunion, they're not going to think twice about asking you to make a website. They'll say, hey man, I just started this new charity event. Do you mind making me a website for the event real quick? And now you're in an awkward position. You're like, I normally charge $700 per site, and that's the minimum cost. And this guy just wants me to do it for free, more specifically right now. And you don't want to be mean because this is one of your older relatives. It's your uncle. So you say, all right, I guess I'll do it. So you make him a quick website and he's like, you did this wrong, this wrong, this wrong. Please fix it. Now, he's taking your kindness for granted and he's making you work. He's making you do the same thing that the plumber was doing, just in a completely different medium. One was physical work. The other is mental work. But your uncle, all the uncle sees is you clicking a bunch of buttons and they do not take that seriously at all. They're just like, yeah, I mean, he's just clicking a bunch of buttons. What's he really doing? So people marginalize knowledge work a lot. And you know who marginalizes knowledge work the most? Knowledge workers. I was stunned when I saw this very big Twitter account one day write, clicking buttons for a living is not a real job. And I thought, what do you mean by that, my dude? So a bunch of people were lashing out at him. They're like, is that what you do? And he says, yeah, so I don't have a real job. I thought, what an idiotic thing to say. You are an author. You have a newsletter. You command influence on Twitter, and you're pretty much marginalizing your own work. Why? Because whenever we're thinking of work, we're thinking a little too much about moving a lot. And mind you, I used to do work like that. People that are close to me always roast me, but I used to work in physical jobs like Dunkin' Donuts, like cleaning toilets and shit, making donuts, working in Subway, dealing with rude customers, getting big boxes, throwing it away. As someone who validates the physical work a lot, they'll be like, man, that is a guy that's putting in work. But me writing a book, they'll say, oh, well, that's nothing, man. I mean, he's just clicking a bunch of buttons. Writing a book is way harder than any physical jobs that I did. Why? Because writing a book, it requires concentration, creativity for a prolonged period of time. And guess what? There are no frameworks. Where with Subway, I don't know if you know this, but most of the Subway sandwich artists, they have a paper right in front of them that gives them the formulas for how to make a sub. So if it's a foot-long turkey sandwich, it gets 8 slices versus a 6-inch sub, it'll get 4 slices. So you're pretty much being told exactly what to do. There's structure. There's certainty. That's what most physical jobs are like. If physical jobs did not have certainty, then it would be chaos. You need protocols for physical jobs. But with knowledge work, it's not always like that. Sure, you'll learn some basic rules, but for the most part, you need judgment. You don't know exactly what to do when you're playing chess. You need judgment. So do not undermine the knowledge work that you're putting in.